workers, worriers, and accidental historians. Good evening. The talks are over, the deal is dead, and the fallout has already begun. Weekend negotiations in Islamabad between the United States and Iran ended without an agreement. By Monday, Washington moved ahead with a blockade targeting shipping to and from Iranian ports, while Tehran threatened retaliation. Oil surged back above $100 a barrel almost immediately. This is the part where a diplomatic failure turns into an economic event. The U.S. action is aimed at vessels going to or from Iranian ports, while traffic not tied to Iran is still supposed to pass. But that is the polite version. The real version is that the world's most sensitive energy corridor is once again sitting under direct military pressure. Roughly 1/5 of global oil trade normally moves through the Strait of Hormuz. And markets heard that message instantly. Reuters and AP both report oil jumped sharply after the talks failed, with Brent moving above $100 and US crude also climbing past that threshold. Investors also moved into safer assets, and stocks came under pressure as traders priced in the risk that this crisis is not winding down, but entering its next phase. Because this is not just a war story, it is a shipping story, it is an inflation story, it is a gasoline story, and very soon it becomes a voter story. Trump has already warned Americans that elevated oil and gas prices may continue, and the blockade comes at a moment when fuel costs are once again becoming politically toxic. That means the consequences of failed diplomacy are no longer trapped in the Gulf. They are moving straight into household budgets. The breakdown itself appears to have followed the same pattern we have seen over and over in conflicts like this. Both sides wanted leverage more than settlement. The talks reportedly ran aground over Iran's nuclear program, sanctions, regional armed groups, and the broader balance of power in and around the Gulf. In other words, the war paused long enough for both sides to restate their maximal demands. And then the pause ended. Now comes the dangerous part. Iran has threatened retaliation not just against US forces, but against regional ports and neighboring states if its own shipping is strangled. Reuters reports Gulf neighbors are already on alert, while AP says international concern is growing that the ceasefire may hold only on paper, while the broader confrontation keeps escalating around it. And this is where I will offer the obvious, unfashionable point. A ceasefire with a ticking clock is not peace. A blockade is not de-escalation. And a failed negotiation at the mouth of Hormuz is not a regional problem. It is a global invoice. That is the story tomorrow. Not merely that there was no deal, but that no deal was followed immediately by enforcement, escalation, and a renewed oil shock. The ceasefire still runs through April 22nd. That matters because it means the next several days are now a race between diplomacy and momentum. Momentum is winning so far. Pakistan says mediation efforts continue, but the facts on the ground are already moving faster than the talks. So here is the headline: no deal with Iran, blockade begins, oil spikes. And the world is back to pricing the possibility that this war has not ended at all. I'm Rex Haymarket. This is the 8-hour workday. Like, subscribe, and try to stay ahead of the curve. And for everyone promising stability, the meter is already running. Mind the static, mind the spin, and mind who profits.